नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So I seek blessings from all of you so that whatever I speak is in the parampara and for the pleasure of the Lord and for my purification. So those who can switch on their cameras, please switch on the cameras. And any 1 or 2 points if you would like to share from yesterday's class. Yes, anybody?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yesterday's it was instruction given by Narada Muni to Vyasadeva regarding Srimad Bhagavatam. And yesterday we were taught about that Neha Vikramanashosti Prativayo Navidyade, that whatever service we do in spiritual life, whatever we do, we will have it in account. And from that, if we have completed up to 20%, from that we'll begin from the next life. So whatever we do for the spiritual life, it will not go in vain, and it is not like material. For that, we have to start from zero. And
Yes, very important point actually. Last shloka, 17th shloka, that whatever we do in spiritual life, it is never lost. Correct? It is right. It is investment um, in the account, in spiritual account, and it is in the next life we'll start from that point. Like in our material world, whenever we change the body, correct? So whatever we have learned, whatever degrees we have gained in this life, suppose we are PhD or we are a scientist or we are MBA student or doctor or engineer, whosoever we may be, but the next life we again have to start from ABCD, isn't it? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to learn everything again. This degree doesn't help us in the next life. We don't know actually what we will be in the next life, isn't it? But spiritual credits are not like that. Whatever we have done in this life, it will be carried forward, and in the next life we will start from that point. Correct? That is the
Example, Ajamil we saw, Mataji.
correct. Ajamil or Bharat Maharaj?
Bharat Maharaj.
Mother, that means human life is sure if you are in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna is giving
Yes,
the
Mataji.
assurance
Yeah. Okay.
so that
Thank
you
you.
can perfect your life. Right?
Yeah.
We are still trying. We are sadhakas, and we are trying to reach the perfection of life. But if we cannot complete it in this life, then definitely Krishna assures that you will get again human life so that you can perfect your bhakti. Right? So that was last verse, and the lesson was don't be proud of your devotional service, and if you are proud, then fall down may fall down can happen, but the hope, important hope giving Krishna is giving us is don't worry even if you fall down in devotional service, but Krishna takes care of us and Krishna protects us. Krishna never leaves us. Correct? So that is the lesson and hope for us from the last verse. So let us start with today's verse.
Devotees, Mataji, you have to call out, or anyone, I mean, if you're interested, you can raise your hands. Krishnamurti Prabhu is there. Let's join.
Mataji, I am outside in headquarters, so I can hear the class. Please, you have to
Okay,
take
okay.
lead, Mataji.
No problem, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Please.
Hare Krishna.
I will just share the screen. Yes. Vrishabhanu Kanya Mataji, you can recite the verse and read the translation, and then somebody else will read the purport. Madhavi
Hare
Mataji will
Krishna.
read the purport.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
तस्यैव हेतोः प्रयतेत कोविदो न लभ्यते यद् भ्रमताम् उपर्यतः तल्लभ्यते दुःख वदन्यतः सुखं कालेन सर्वत्र गभीररहसा. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Person who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost planet Brahmaloka down to the lowest planet Patala. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in the course of time we obtain misery even though we do not desire them. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Madhavi Mataji, you can read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. A purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Every man everywhere is trying to obtain the greatest amount of sense enjoyment by various endeavors. Some men are busy engaged in trade, industry, economic development, political supremacy, etc. And some of them are engaged in fructive work to become happy in the next life by attaining higher planets. It is said that on the moon, the inhabitants are fit for greater sense enjoyment by drinking soma rasa, and the pitralok is obtained by good charitable work. So there are various programs for sense enjoyment, either during this life or in the life after death. Some are trying to reach the moon or other planets by some mechanical arrangement. for they are very anxious to get into such planets without doing good work. But it is not to happen. By the law of Supreme, different places are meant for different grades of living beings according to the work they have performed. By good work only, as prescribed in the scriptures, one can obtain birth in a good family, opulence, good education, and good bodily features. We see also that even in this life, one obtains a good education or money by good work. Similarly, in our next birth, we get such desirable position only by good work. Otherwise, it would not so happen that two persons born in the same place at same time are seen differently placed according to previous work. But all such material positions are impermanent. The positions in the topmost Brahmaloka and in the lowest Patala are also changeable according to our own work. The philosophically inclined person must not be tempted by such changeable positions. He should try to get into the permanent life of bliss and knowledge, where he will not be forced to come back again to the miserable material world, either in this or that planet. Miseries and mixed happiness are two features of material life, and they are obtained in Brahmaloka and in other lokas also. They are obtained in the life of the demigods and also in the life of the dogs and hogs. The miseries and mixed happiness of all living beings are only of different degree and quality. But no one is free from the miseries of birth, death, old age, and disease. Similarly, everyone has his destined happiness also. No one can get more or less of these things simply by personal endeavors. Even if they are obtained, they can be lost again. One should not, therefore, waste time with these flimsy things. One should only endeavor to go back to Godhead. That should be the mission of everyone's life. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. So Narad Muni is talking about Kovida. Kovida is intelligent person. Intelligent person means one who knows the things as they are. Correct? And Narad Muni is saying that such intelligent person should try to achieve that purposeful end or that goal which is not obtainable by wandering from Brahmaloka to Patala. So in general, if we ask people, you also must be having this experience that if we ask people to come to temple or to come for a satsang, then they will hesitate and they will say that no, when Lord calls, Bhagwan bulayenge, then we'll come. Okay, they will give such answer, and so they don't want to put any endeavor for this spiritual work, right? But they are at the same time they are ready to work hard for material advancement, correct? Like they would like to expand their business or to get more and more material comforts. They are ready to work day and night, correct? Extra hours, and they are ready to put all efforts in that. But for spiritual things, they will say ki Bhagwan jab bulayenge, then only we will come. So this verse is telling that one should not waste time in this temporary material things, correct? Because this world is dukkhalayam and ashashvatam. So rather one should focus on that which is long lasting or permanent. Srila Prabhupada explains about prayas and shreyas, correct? So prayas is looking for those things which will give you immediate sense enjoyment, okay? And shreyas is working for permanent things or permanent happiness. So material world, we see that people, they don't take retirement even after the age of 60 or something. like the professionals like lawyers or doctors or politicians, correct? So they are so much attached to their prestige, their position, that they don't want to retire. They want to continue, and they keep doing extra endeavors to get more and more material benefits, correct? So this extra prayas, uh, because of such endeavors, they are not getting time for their spiritual life, correct? So people are so busy that they want to give so many physical facilities and material comforts to their family, that they don't get time for their sadhana, or no, they're attending any satsang. They are not getting that time, but they don't understand that the family also needs uh, the family also has spiritual needs, and that is crucial, but they are not understanding that. So Rupa Goswami, in Nectar of Instruction, he says a beautiful shloka: Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya laulyam cha shadbhir bhaktir vinashyati. Correct? So if we focus only on material things, atyahar, overeating, or accumulating things, more and more accumulating things, and extra endeavoring for material things. So what will happen? The small little seed of bhakti in our heart, it may get crumpled or it may get destroyed if we only focus on the material things. So that's why we have got this very rare human form of life. Correct? We know there are 84 lakh species, and in other than human form, in any other species, we don't get any chance for spiritual inquiries or spiritual advancement, right? So we have got this very rare human life. It is like a Mercedes car, correct? If a farmer wins the lottery and he no gets a Mercedes car. Now, if he uses this car to plow his field, then what will happen? He destroys the car also and his fields also, because it is not meant for that. Or if he uses his tractor for a luxury trip, long luxury trip, then again he will destroy that tractor also and that trip also, right? So that is not the car is not meant for plowing the field, correct? So similarly, this human life, it is different from animal life. We know that shloka ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha samanya etat pashubhir narana dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hinaha pashubhi samana. So if we don't do any spiritual inquiries, if we don't understand who we are, who is God, what is our relationship with Him, if we don't understand such things in this precious, rare human form of life, then our life is ruined. We are wasting our life. Correct? So what we have to do is one has to take shelter of the spiritual master, one has to take shelter of the Supreme Lord, so that when we take shelter of the Supreme Lord, the material needs are also automatically taken care. Correct? We have the example of Mrugari. Everybody knows the story of Mrugari. He was half killing the animals, and this he was doing to earn his livelihood and to take care of his family. So when Narad Muni saw this, uh, Narad Muni is very compassionate. And when he saw this, he told him that what will be the reaction of such sinful activity. And Mrugari was taken aback, and he immediately fell at the feet of Narad Muni, and he pleaded, please help me. No, what should I do now? So Narad Muni told him that if you really want to follow my instruction, then first thing you should do is break your bow. So Brugari was like, then what I will do? How will I earn money, and how will no I take care of my family? So Narad Muni said, you need not worry about that. It will be taken care of. So Mrugari had faith on Narad Muni, and so he broke his bow. He took bath in the river, and he built a small hut, and he started living there. And he was chanting the names of the Lord, and he was living a very pious life. And he planted a tulsi plant, and he started worshipping that. And this changed he a great transformation came into him, correct? And the village people, they were seeing this, now how this man has become a kind of a sadhu. And so they used to visit him, and they used to take guidance from him, advice from him. So generally, when we go and meet saintly people, then generally we carry something with us, isn't it? So they used to carry some fruits, or some grains, or some vegetables, and this is how his daily needs were taken care of. So Narad Muni told him that you need not worry about your material needs; they will be taken care of, and this actually happened. So Lord takes care, one who takes shelter of him, Lord takes care of that person. So Lord is providing us everything, right? So if we just focus on the aim, the real goal of our human life, then uh, then we will be no we will make real use of this human form of life, correct? So we should rise, we should elevate our consciousness above this level of material happiness and distress. Correct? Nobody asks or nobody prays for calamities or bad things. Do we pray for distress? Do we pray for sufferings? Do we pray that I should lose my job? Or do we pray that some pandemic like Corona come? So we are not praying for that, but still we are getting these things. We are getting distress. And if we are not, so similarly, here it is said that tallabhyate dukkha vadanyata sukham. So similarly, as you are without asking, we are getting distress. So similarly, without asking, we will get happiness also. Correct? Uh, but happiness also by the great influence of Kala. Kalena sarvatra gabhira ramhasa. Correct? So by great influence of time, one day we will be happy, one day we'll be sad. Correct? But in all these things are on the material platform. So we should rise above that. We should look for something higher, better than this happiness and distress related to the body. And that is nothing but Krishna consciousness. Correct? So that is nothing but surrendering to the Lord and taking shelter of him, so that we can go back home, back to Godhead. Correct? This is not our real home. This material world is like a rented house for us, isn't it? So in a rented house, do we spend lot of money for interior and all, furniture, interior? No, because we have simple thought that anyways we are not going to stay here for a long time, so why waste money? When our real home will be there, we will spend lot of money. Correct? So this material world is nothing but a rented house for us. Correct? So our real aim should be going back home, back to Godhead in the spiritual world, which is our where we will get permanent happiness. Right? So that's what Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, that that should be the mission. One should only endeavor to go back to Godhead. That should be the mission of everyone's life. Next shloka. Yes, who wants to recite? Yes, Dhanashri Mataji, you can.
Mataji, can I ask one small question?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, they say the greater sense enjoyment by drinking somarasa, right?
Huh?
And the Pitra Loka is obtained by Good
pious
charitable
activity.
work.
Charitable work.
Yeah, but then why Pitraloka normally they go to the heavenly planet, no? Those who do charitable work. Why they want to go to Pitralok?
Pitrulok, Mataji, Pitrulok is the lok of our ancestors.
Yes.
It is not hellish planets or something like that, Mataji.
Okay, so what's the ultimate?
It is above only, Mataji.
It's not in the material world.
No, not in the material world, above material world.
So Mataji, when you go to Pitralok, you remain with your Pitras.
Yes.
But they also take birth, no, Mataji, again.
What? They also?
When you go to Pitralok, you stay there with ancestors, right?
Huh?
But then those Pitras also take birth, no? When
Yes,
they are that
Mataji.
karma.
Yes, Mataji, that is correct. That is correct. They might have taken birth again, and they might have been in some other body. But whatever, I mean, what it is written, Pitraloka is obtained by, so
By good
basically,
charitable work.
correct, by charitable work. So basically, heavenly planets is what? You are, lot of enjoyment is available there, isn't it, Mataji?
Yeah.
So basically, we want to enjoy, and that's why people are going to, people aim for higher planetary higher planets, isn't it? Swargaloka, why people want to go? Because
To enjoy.
correct. Uh, compared to earthly planet, the enjoyment is much more in Swargaloka.
Yeah, and then they take birth again, no? When the Punya karma is over, they take
Shine
birth again.
Punye Martyalokam Vishanti. Their pious activities are over, they fall down again, because from here only we can perfect our life by performing devotional service, and then only we can go back home, back to God, which is our permanent happiness ka place.
Yeah, Mataji, but those who do this good charitable work, they go to Pitraloka. So what's the benefit going to Pitraloka?
Again, enjoyment only, Mataji. Benefit is
Then
not.
they remain there only. They don't come back. They this in the material world.
Mataji, everybody, because unless and until we perfect our life, we will be in this cycle of birth and death, Mataji. That is for sure. Correct? And bhakti is the only way by which we can perfect our life.
Because Mataji, in this Bhagavad Gita, they say those who worship ancestors, they'll go to ancestral thing.
Correct.
But here they say
Yeah,
those who
charitable work, right? Pitruloka.
Yeah. So by charitable, Mataji, they go to heavenly planet, no? That's a bit confusing.
Yes, I need to check that, Mataji.
Mother, this charitable work is on material platform or spiritual? Like if you're giving dan or if you're giving Vaishnava, like food for the
That is Mataji considered as spiritual, Mataji. If you are giving,
okay, even if you're giving donations spiritually, that's spiritually. But Annadan and all that when you give in the temple, that's spiritual.
Correct. That is spiritual. If it is connected with the Lord, it becomes spiritual.
So this is for materialistic people, right?
Yeah, abhi charitable activities like Annadan, logon ke liye bhi people do na.
Yeah, no, but if you do in the temple, because temple, non-devotees also come, Mataji, not only Vaishnavas, so many other people also come.
Yes.
So is it
So they will get Sukruti, Mataji. They will get a little, Sukruti it is called.
Achha, okay.
Correct. It is
coming and eating prasad.
correct. They are getting prasad. So this way, their spiritual life will gradually start, because they are getting Adnyata Sukruti, we call it as. Sometimes we don't know, some good thing happens to us and we really don't know what we have done, and this has happened to us. Correct?
Yes,
So that is
yes.
because of the effect of that Adnyata Sukruti, that somebody somewhere or in some life you have done something like that, and that is fructified and you are getting the benefit of that.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. You recite the shloka and read the translation, Mataji.
ओके ओके न वै जनो जातु कथं जना व्रजेन् मुकुन्द सेव्य अन्वयदङ्ग संस्मृतिं स्मरन् मुकुन्दाग्रह्य उपगुहनं पुनर्विहातुमिच्छेन रसग्रहो जनः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Vyasa, even though a devotee of Lord Krishna sometimes falls down somehow or other, he certainly does not undergo material existence like others, duty workers, etc. Because a person who has once relished the taste of the lotus feet of the Lord can do nothing but remember that ecstasy again and again. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mahalakshmi Mataji. You can read the purport.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A devotee of the Lord automatically becomes uninterested in the enchantment of material existence because grahas,
He is Rasagraha.
this rasagraha are one who has tasted the sweetness of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. There are certainly many instances where devotees of the Lord have fallen down due to uncongenial association, just like fruitive workers who are always prone to degradation. But even though he falls down, a devotee is never to be considered the same as fallen karmi. The karmi suffers the result of his own fruitive reactions, whereas a devotee is reformed by chastisement directed by the Lord himself. The sufferings of an orphan and the sufferings of a beloved child of a king are not one and the same. An orphan is really poor because he has no one to take care of him, but a beloved son of a rich man, although he appears to be on the same level as the orphan, he is always under the vigilance of his capable father. A devotee of the Lord, due to wrong association, sometimes initiates the fruitive workers. The fruitive workers want to lord it over the material world. Similarly, neophyte devotee foolishly thinks of accumulating some material power in exchange for devotional service. So, such foolish devotees are sometimes put into difficulty by the Lord himself. As a special favor, he may remove all material paraphernalia. By such action, the bewildered devotee is forsaken by all friends and relatives, and so he comes to his senses again by the mercy of the Lord and is set right to execute his devotional service. The Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that such fallen devotees are given a chance to take birth in a family of highly qualified brahmanas or in a rich mercantile family. A devotee in such a position is not as fortunate as one who is chastised by the Lord and put into position seemingly of helplessness. The devotee who comes helpless by the will of the Lord is more fortunate than those who are born in good families. The fallen devotees born in a good family may forget the lotus feet of the Lord because they are less fortunate. The devotee who is put into forlorn condition is more fortunate because he swiftly returns to the lotus feet of the Lord, thinking himself helpless all around. Pure devotional service is so spiritually relishable that a devotee becomes automatically uninterested in material enjoyment. This is a sign of perfection in progressive devotional service. The pure devotee continuously remembers the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Krishna and does not forget him even for a moment, not even in exchange for all the opulence of the three worlds. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this is the, we can say, most hope-giving verse that Krishna, Narad Muni is saying that one who has tasted the nectar of Krishna consciousness, that nectar will pull you back to the association of devotees. Even if once somebody remembered Krishna, Once somebody feels the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness, then even if he engages in sense gratification, then he will be like uh, he's not getting any taste there. Correct, because this is the higher taste he has already experienced, and so whatever sense gratification, he will not get any no rasa there. Correct. So there are devotees who, after some years, they want to explore those activities which they gave up to pursue Krishna consciousness. So, but after some time, they feel miserable, and they come back with renewed vigor. So His Grace Amoglila Prabhu gives one example that falling down of a materialistic man is like a cement ball thrown to the ground. Correct? It falls down and it breaks. But when a devotee falls down, it is like a rubber ball. Correct? So when you throw a rubber ball, it bounces back much higher, right? So that is the so even if a devotee falls down, uh, who has tasted the uh, nectar of Krishna, nectar of Krishna consciousness, or nectar of Krishna Katha, nectar of Prasad, he has drank the drops of that honey of Krishna Katha, then he will always remember Krishna. Correct? And Krishna will also always remember that devotee. Uh, correct. And then there is a story that it is a story from Western countries. So once a devotee in West, he left Krishna consciousness. He was staying in temple for almost 10 years or so, but then he went back and he took a vow that he will never no in interact with devotees again. So he was spending his life, and uh, the in the office in which he was working, one or two people knew that he is from that Hare Krishna movement. So once they generally people go out for lunch and parties and all, colleagues in the office. So one day they told him that we are going to Hare Krishna temple. So we will have party there. So come with us. So now this person, he said that today I cannot accompany you because I have no past associated with that, and I don't want to come with you. So they said, don't worry, you can stay outside, don't come inside, but give us company, come with us. So then he said, okay. So they all went, and he was supposed to sit in the car itself, but then they said, "Ki, it is just a matter of 2 minutes. We will just go inside and we will come back out immediately. So just come with us." So actually, he was not ready, but then he said, okay. And he they insisted, so he went inside. And when he entered the courtyard of that temple, suddenly, no, I mean, all those memories, no, which he had with the temple where he was where he was serving. So all those memories started coming into his mind, and uh, that beautiful experience of 10 years no started coming to him, and he opened the door and he went inside, and that churning in his heart started happening. So that fragrance of flowers, the arati was being done, the kirtan, the holy chanting of the holy names. So his eyes became moist and his body started trembling, and Aarti was going on, and he was also doing Pujari Seva when he used to stay in the temple. So the Pujari was offering peacock feather, and then he started offering chamar, And when he started doing that, this fellow, he broke down and he started crying and he was desperately looking for Krishna. And he said that now I cannot go back now. And then he stayed in that temple and he continued his bhakti. So Krishna pulled him back. So sometimes it happens that we see that some people take up Krishna consciousness very fast, correct? So then we should understand that this is no this is because of their last life. They have no completed bhakti till certain point, and so they are picking up very fast. And sometimes we see that people are coming in the temple and they are favorable and they are coming, they are devotees, they are coming for 25 years, but still they are chanting just 2 or 4 rounds, not more than that. So that then also we should not be disturbed. We should understand that this is a what we can say building stage. Correct? Definitely their bhakti will fructify sometime. Correct? So because as you said yesterday also, swalpamupyasya dharmasya. Correct? So very little endeavor in the path of bhakti or spiritual life, it doesn't go waste at all. So there is a beautiful example. There is a wet grass, and if we put fire on that, it cannot catch fire. Correct? But it will become moist. Now, if we moist grass is there, and if we try to put fire, it will the moist grass may not burn, but it will become dry. And if we put fire on dry grass, it will immediately catch fire. Correct? So similarly, some people are like wet grass. So you give them lot of bhakti, but they may not be chanting, but they are progressing. Correct? And they will become moist. Somebody may be already moist, so they then they still not they may not take up the process completely, but they will become dry. And some are dry, which will immediately take up to bhakti. Because sometimes we see that people who they are introduced and immediately they start chanting 16 rounds, isn't it? So that is the point where from where they are starting. Last life they might have left it, and from that they are starting. So we should know that the process is perfect, and definitely progress will be there, and this will be definitely going to help people. Correct? So Krishna is always giving us opportunities to come back to him. Correct? He is giving so many things. He has given Srimad Bhagavatam, he has given Bhagavad Gita, he is giving us association of devotees, he is giving us special gifts like Purushottam Mas, or right now Kartik month is going on. So we know the glories of Kartik month, that whatever spiritual and whatever spiritual activity we do in this month of Kartik, it gets multiplied by 1,000. Correct? So we should grab these opportunities, and we should surrender to Krishna. That is the essence of this. So let's go to the next shloka, last shloka for today.
Mata, this Kartik, this benefit is by 100% or 1,000?
It is said 100, or I think I have heard 1,000, Mataji.
Okay, I have 100 and 1,000 both.
If you do any offense, then also it gets multiplied by
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yes,
we have to be
Mataji.
very careful, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Sure.
Yes. Yes, Sindhu Mataji, you want to recite the shloka?
Yes, Mataji, sure, Mataji.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Pronounce Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Shloka 1.5.20. Idam hi Vishwam Bhagavan Ivetaro Yato Jagat Sthana Nirodha Shambhavaha Tadhi Swayam Veda Bhavams Tatapite Pradesha Matram Bhavata Pradashitam. Thank you, Mataji.
You can read,
Translate.
Yeah, and purport, I think two Matajis will read because it is a big purport.
Sure, Mataji. Translation I'll read.
Yes, Mataji.
Translation by Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead is himself this cosmos, and still he is aloof from it. From him only has this cosmic manifestation emanated. In him it rests, and unto him it enters after annihilation. Your good self knows all about this. I have given only a synopsis. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Kusum Lata Mataji and Divya Mataji will read the half of purport. I will tell you.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, you can read.
Yes, Mataji. I can read, Mataji.
Yes, Kusum Lata Mataji, you read the first two
Yes.
paragraphs, and
Yes.
Divya Mataji will read the last paragraph.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For a pure devotee, the conception Mukunda, Lord Shri Krishna is both personal and impersonal. The impersonal cosmic situation is also Mukunda because it is the emanation of the energy of Mukunda. For example, a tree is a complete unit, whereas the leaves and the branches of the tree are emanated parts and parcels of the tree. The leaves and branches of the tree are also the tree, but the tree itself is neither the leaves nor the branches. The Vedic version that the whole cosmic Vedic version that the whole cosmic creation is nothing but Brahman means that since everything is emanating from the Supreme Brahman, nothing is apart from him. Similarly, the part and parcel, hands and legs are called the body, but the body as the whole unit is neither the hands nor the legs. The Lord is the transcendental form of eternity, cognition, and beauty. And thus the creation of the energy of the Lord appears to the partially eternal, full of knowledge and beautiful also. The captivated conditioned souls under the influence of the external energy, Maya, are therefore entrapped in the network of the material nature. They accept this as all in all, for they have no information of the Lord, who is the primal cause, nor have they information that the parts and parcels of the body, being detached from the whole body, are no longer the same hand or leg as when attached to body. Similarly, a godless civilization detached from the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is just like a detached hand or leg. Such parts and parcels may appear like hands and legs, but they have no efficiency. The devotee of the Lord Srila Vyasadeva knows this very well. He is further advised by, where it has gone.
Mataji here. Yes, Mataji.
He is further advised by Srila Narad to expand the idea so that the entrapped conditioned souls may take lessons from him to understand the Supreme Lord as a primal cause. According to the Vedic version, the Lord is naturally fully powerful, and thus his supreme energies are always perfect and identical with him. Both the spiritual and the material skies and their paraphernalia are emanations of the internal and external energies of the Lord. The external energy is comparatively inferior, whereas the internal potency is superior. The superior energy is living force, and therefore she is completely identical. But the external energy, being inert, is partially identical. But both the energies are neither equal to nor greater than the Lord, who is the generator of all energies. Such energies are always under his control, exactly as electrical energy, however powerful it may be, is always under the control of the engineer.
Thank you, Mataji. Divya Mataji, you can.
The human beings and all other living beings are products of his internal energies. Thus, the living being is also identical with the Lord, but he is never equal or superior to the personality of Godhead. The Lord and the living beings are all individual persons. With the help of the material energies, the living beings are also creating something but none of the creations are equal or superior to the creations of the Lord. The human beings may create a small playful Sputnik and may throw it into outer space, but that does not mean that he can create a planet like the earth or moon and float it in the air as the Lord does. Men with a poor fund of knowledge claim to be equal to the Lord. They are never equal to the Lord. This is never to be. The human beings, after attaining complete perfection, may achieve a large percentage of the qualities of the Lord, say up to 78%. But it is never possible to surpass the Lord or to become equal with Him. In a diseased condition, only the foolish beings claims to be one with the Lord and thus become misled by the illusory energy. The misguided living beings therefore must accept the supremacy of the Lord and agree to render loving service to Him. For this they have to have been created. Without this, there cannot be any peace or tranquility in the world. Srila Vyasadeva is advised by Srila Narada to expand this idea in the Bhagavatam. In the Bhagavad Gita also the same idea is explained. Surrender fully into the lotus feet of the Lord. Yudeva.
That is the only business of the perfect human being. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. So the purport is little big, but the gist of it is it emphasizes on supremacy of Krishna and what is the real goal of our life, that is surrender to Krishna. So Prabhupada is giving two beautiful examples in the first paragraph. One is of tree and the other is of body. So we know that branches and leaves, we call them as tree, but still the tree as a complete unit is different from that. Or hands and legs, they are parts of the body, but body as such, we call them as body, but body as a unit is different from that. So similarly, we living beings, we are part and parcels of the Lord, but we are separate from the Lord. Correct? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained this Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. Achintya is inconceivable, Bhed is different from God, and Abhed is not different from God. Correct? So simultaneously equal and different from the Lord. Correct? Achintya Bhed Abheda Tattva. Correct? So we are God also and we are not God also. Correct? That means we are godly. We are part and parcel of God. Lord is infinite and we are tiny. Okay, that we should understand. So Prabhupada gives a beautiful example of sun. We see sunshine in the room, correct? And because of that, um, we get light in the room, correct? So that is also sun, correct, which we see. But if the sun enters the room, then there will be nothing left, correct? So if we say that sun is not there, then that is also wrong, because sun is there. Sun is present in the form of sunshine, correct? But that doesn't mean that sunshine is the sun, correct? So similarly, we are part and parcels of the Lord. So we are godly, but we cannot become God, correct? So everything in this universe is the energy of God, correct? Like example, for a mother, if her children, like her son or daughter, they no go to they go and they are staying in hostel now for studies and all, then they are not present in the house, correct? But their clothes, their trousers, their pants, they are there. And when the mother sees that, her heart is filled with love. Her heart is filled with remembrance of her beloved children. correct? So the child is not physically present, but his energy is there. That shirt or trouser, that is the energy representing the child, correct? So similarly, this entire universe is the energy of the Lord. Like in college, there is a notice on the college notice board and with the principal sign there. So now that principal is not present there actually, correct? Or he is not present in every nook and corner of that college, or he is not present in every classroom, but still he is present there through his energy. So similarly, God is present through his energies. And one more thing is how we are separate. Like for example, the Prime Minister of India is an Indian citizen, and we are also Indian citizens. So does that mean that we are prime ministers? Prime Minister is different, we are different, correct? But both are Indian citizens. So similarly, Lord God uh, is Satchidananda, we are Satchidananda, but we are not God, we are part and parcels of God. So the gist of this purport is we have to understand that we are fully dependent on Krishna. From him, everything is emanating and everything rests on him. And after annihilation, everything enters into him. So if we are away from Krishna or if we are detached from Krishna, then we will never become happy. So even if we try to perfect our lives and even if we try to go beyond the three modes of material nature, we cannot be equal to or supersede the Lord. So the only Prabhupada writes in the purport that the misguided living beings, they must accept the supremacy of the Lord, correct? And render service to him. Basically, we have to surrender to the Lord. And why we cannot surrender? Because of our envy, correct? Because of that desire that we want to enjoy separately from the Lord. Because of that, we have come into this material world, correct? And envy gives birth to intense material desires. Like Duryodhana had that intense desire to rule the kingdom or to have the throne. So he was very envious towards Pandavas, correct? So devotees should not be envious, because Krishna is so merciful. We saw that how whatever swalpam apyasya, whatever small endeavor we do on in spiritual life, Krishna remembers that, and Krishna tries to give us so many opportunities to come back to him again and again, correct? So what Krishna thinks about the devotees, as in case of Ajamila, Krishna gave him second chance, right? Ajamila, on the deathbed, he cried out loudly the name Narayana, but actually he was calling out for his son. But Lord gave him benefit of doubt, correct? And Narayana said that he is calling me, and he sent Vishnu Dutas, and Ajamila got the second chance, and he perfected his life. So that much merciful Krishna is. So Krishna is so loving and so caring, and he has this particular tendency. I heard this in one lecture and I found it so nice that whenever we go to whenever we go to him and we blaspheme or complain about some devotee, then Krishna becomes Ranchod, correct? Because he doesn't want to hear such things and he runs away from that place. Or if we are discussing bad qualities of devotees, then the Lord becomes Ranganath. He sleeps, okay, because he doesn't want to hear. But if we are discussing the glories and good qualities of devotees, then Lord becomes Jagannath, and no, he wants to embrace that devotee. Correct? So that is the love and care and mercy of the Lord. So we should adopt this quality. So ultimately, last sentence Prabhupada mentions that Bhagavad Gita also explains what is the message the idea is Sarva Dharman Parityajya, surrender fully unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Correct? So what Krishna wants is everything is given by him to us, and we are totally dependent on him. So what he's saying is don't be proud of anything and don't envy anybody. And then this is the way you can very easily come to me. Correct? Sarvadhamman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami ma shuchaha. Correct? He is giving assurance that you will surely come back to me. So that is the today's session. So we'll stop here. If you have any comments or if you want to share something, if you want to ask something, we can do that. Otherwise, we'll do Damodarashtakam. If anything or any points you are taking from
Mataji has raised a hand. Divya Mataji.
Divya Mata, they have raised, I think,
For reading.
For reading. Mahalakshmi Mataji and Divya Mataji. Yes, any points you are taking from today's session?
Mataji, so many Mataji.
You can share one or two.
1 or 2 points, Mataji.
Mataji, I like that
Yes,
point about the
Mataji.
Mercedes Benz and the tractor. I like that point.
Which one, Mataji?
That you said, oh, the Mercedes Benz, it
Yes.
cannot go on the paddy field,
Which
and the
Mataji?
tractor can't, on the road, for
Yes.
joyride. So
Yes.
it's like the materialistic and the spiritual person, devotee.
Mataji, I really like this story, Mataji, like the transformation of Mrigari.
Human life and yes.
How Mrigari was, and because of the compassion of Narad Muni.
Correct.
How he just simple worship he did. Tulsi worship and hut, and he was chanting, and he led a pious life, and how everything the Lord took care of him. So that was very, very, very emotional, Mataji, that story. Mrigari.
Correct. And how, yes, completely his heart was transformed. Amazing.
Transformed, yeah.
Correct.
Your voice is breaking.
You are breaking, Mataji. Sindhu Mataji, you are breaking.
It is an association of devotees, Mataji. Yeah, voices. You are on mute, Mataji. Sindhu Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, voice was breaking, so I just muted.
Yeah, okay.
I think signal issues.
Mataji, this Tulsi Maharani's husband, he was a demon, not demon actually, yeah, partly.
Yes,
What was his name, Mataji? I forgot. Tulsi
Mataji?
Maharani. Tulsi Maharani's Prabhu, his husband, she got married to that person, no? Who used to go for war, and one day he lost everything and came. The Tulsi Maharani story.
Jalandhar, I think. Jalandhar.
Oh, yes, Jalandhar, yes.
I think Jalandhar. Yeah. Okay. I think we will stop here. And Suguna Vrunda Mataji, you are there? Hare Krishna. No, Mataji,
Yeah,
maybe.
Mataji is on mute, I think.
Mute, and I think she might be busy. So, anybody wants to sing Damodarashtakam?
Sure, Mataji. Anyone is showing Aarti or who's singing? Who is showing Aarti?
I'll sing, Mataji.
Who is singing?
I'll sing, Mataji. Sunila Shirada Devi.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you want me to display that, Mataji? Just a moment, I will check.
Mataji, you're showing the altar, Sachi Mataji?
I will.
Then I will sing, Mataji, no problem.
No, that Mataji, Sunila Sri Radha Mataji is singing. I will just
Okay.
I will just try to this thing. I will just try to display. You want me to show display the Aarti?
Mataji, I can show the Aarti if you want.
Yeah, I have. Let me share it, Mataji.
Okay.
Acha, Mataji, if you can, you please share so that I can show the altar. Is that okay? Sindhu Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
You
Hare
can
Krishna.
share the Aarti. I'll
Okay.
show the altar.
Sure, Mataji.
Mataji, you can start singing. Sunila Sri Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Damodarashtakam ki jai.
Jai.
नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानं यशोदाभियोलोकलादवमानं परामृष्टमात्यन्ततो नृत्यगोपा रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं रुदन्तं कराम्भोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकम्पात्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठा स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृक्स्वलीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् आख्यपयन्तम् तदीयेषितग्नेषु भक्तैर्चितत्वम् पुनः प्रेमतस्तं शतावृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वृणीहं वरेशदपिह इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्या वीरस्तां किमन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्बोजम् अत्यन्तनीलै वृतं कुन्तलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्या विरास्तामलं लक्ष्यलाभै नमो देवदामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं बतानु गृहाणि क्षमामाज्ञं मे दक्षिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्ति भजो कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरे नमस्तेऽस्तु दाम्ने स्फुरदिति दाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाथ विश्वस्य दाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे दामोदर अष्टकम की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय थैंक यू माता जी हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, can you see?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Sindhu Mataji, what's happening?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Could you see, Mataji?
yes Mataji
All of you could see, na, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, yes, Mataji.
Yes. So thank
No,
you
I
so
was
much.
holding the phone, so I couldn't show the diya. So now I'm showing.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Nicely arranged, Mataji.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sunila, Shri Radha Mataji.
thank you Mataji for the opportunity hare krishna
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Yes, we will stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
Yubhyascha kripa sindhu
patitanam
patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo namo
Vaishnavibhyo namo
Nandakoti
Vaishnav
Vaishnavi Devi
Vrinda
ki
ki jai,
jai.
Vaishnav Thakur Shri Prabhupada ki jai,
Ki
Namaste
jai.
Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Ki jai.
Thank you
Srimad
so much
Bhagavatam ki
for
jai.
patiently attending the session.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. I will end the session. Huh? Thank you so much.